I try to answer it. The Social Democrats in Germany are the major player, and we are just like a small sibling. But the Social Democrats look very closely on what the left party is talking about. If we talk about minimum pensions, they also take up the topic and tell, okay, we need minimum pensions, but maybe a little lower than the left tells. If we talk about minimum wages, they take up this topic and, okay, let's have minimum wages, but some euros lower than the left says. So they the Social Democrats try to take our topics and make them acceptable to a conservative mainstream. But anyway, we can use this mechanism. We can use this in putting forward special political topics, because obviously they listen. They wouldn't listen and they wouldn't take up the topics if it wasn't important for the Social Democrats. So we have to use this as a kind of political dialectic to get the Social Democrats and therefore also the mainstream media to listen to what we want as a party and what we want for the people. Although we know that they sometimes say one thing and do another, like Social Democrats nearly all around the globe. It's also a universal thing. In this way, in putting forward the focus of media and of the population to special topics, we are quite important. But in changing the legislation for ourselves, it could be better. But one thing is okay. And the other thing depends very much on the next voting results and on the way we are able to mobilize people and to get their attention. But I think it really makes a difference. At the time when there had been no parliamentarians of the left in government, not in government but in the parliament, media didn't focus at all on the social and also on the peace topics, because they totally ignored it. They did talk about anything, but not about the social agenda. And this changed. This changed with the left being part of the parliament. We have now 76 parliamentarians out of about 600, which is quite something. And this is 76 people who have access to media. And this is something we try to use. We don't use it as good as we could, but we are using it, and it helps to make a difference in public opinion.
한 가지만 더 질문해도 되겠습니까? 네. 독일 좌파당의 대외 정책과 관련해서 질문드리겠습니다. 과거에 이제 독일 사민당 슈레더 정권은 이 유고 사태라든지 이 중동 사태에 대해서 이런 건 미국 편을 많이 들었습니다. 독일 좌파당은 이 미국, 영국을 비롯한 이 제국주의의 이 중동 정책이라든지 이런 부분에 대해서 어떤 입장을 가지고 계신지 말씀을 좀 해주십시오. 반제 입장에 서 있는지 이런 거에 대해서 얘기 좀.
I'm able to answer what you are asking me, but only quite newly, because we now have a party program. It did take us 5 years or more than 5 years to establish a common program. We had some small ones for the elections, but we didn't have a fundamental program on what we really want to achieve. And in this program, which we actually only have now for maybe 9 or 10 months, something like this, it is very clear that we see ourselves as an anti-imperialistic party. But it is very clear that we want to leave NATO, that we oppose NATO policies, that we oppose, for example, the war against Iraq or Afghanistan, and that we see the role of the German military as solely focused on defense. And as we are surrounded by friends, so this isn't very necessary, but But we don't see the role of the German army to intervene, it's called making war against countries all over the world, and we don't agree with the policies like this from Great Britain or the US. But we are the only party in the German parliament. Even the Greens or the Social Democrats have other opinions than us. But this makes it all the more important that we have the left in parliament, because only because of the left we are discussing about the question of NATO and what is NATO doing and what are the US bases doing in Germany. Germany has even more US soldiers than South Korea, and you have more than enough. So it is one of our things, to our aims, to get the German government to cancel the status of forces agreement, so that US troops will leave Germany and withdraw their nuclear arms from Germany and close the air base in Germany, Ramstein, which is actually absolutely essential for the war in Afghanistan or for the war. It was essential for the war against Iraq. So in this area we have a very clear policy.
이것으로 그 자담 시간을 마치도록 하겠습니다. 혹시 미진했던 내용들이나 토론하고 싶으신 부분이 있으면 마지막에 이제 전체 자유토론 시간 때 함께 해주시면 좋을 것 같고요. 네. 자, 이어서 이제 아까 이제 다시 돌아왔어요. 우리 국내 토론자분들 이제 발표를 좀 듣도록 하겠습니다. 자, 아까 제가 말씀드린 바와 같이 우리 국내 토론자분들 시간을 꼭 좀 잘 좀 지켜주시고요. 한번 소개시켜드리면서 토론 좀 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 제일 먼저 우리 반명자, 민주노총 전 부위원장님이시고 공무원 노조 전 부위원장이신 반명자 부위원장님께 발표를 듣는 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다.
먼 곳에서 이곳까지 와주셔서 너무 고맙고요. 이게 국제연대가 참 필요한 시기인 것 같습니다. 감사드립니다. 저는 공무원 노조에서 조직을 하고 건설 당시에 이 정치 세력화가 뭔지 모르고 나왔던 공무원 노동자입니다. 2004년도에 민주노동당 10명의 국회의원을 내면서